How can he engage you independently? He is an officer of the state. How can he do it, Mr. Bhattacharya? Tell me. He is an officer of the state government. The state government is represented. And Mr. Mitro is there. He is making submission on behalf of the block development officer. No, but then, how are these videos engaging independent counsels? Even then, there are the state panel advocates.
That on also the number of positions that I found that I was by fighting and therefore, whether Miller testing was done by as a way of an abandoned caution.
Abandoned caution. That means the officers do not have faith or confidence upon the advocates who are representing them. No, it cannot be done. I don't think it can be done.
I will not be making a submission.
Because the state is represented by the council, engaged by the government leader. How can the video have had he been engaged, impleaded by name? All right. It is not by name. It is by the designation that he has been impleaded. The state government council is here. He will take care of all his... Yes, he will take care of everything. Now the videos are taking extra precaution. Yesterday also same thing happened. They are fearing their service may go. Nobody knows what is going to come out of the bag. There are so many things inside the bag. If one comes out, the other will also come in queue. Yes, what were you submitting? 18th of July?
18th of July, he made a complaint.
Where is it?
At page 14 of my milord.
Page?
14.
14.
Of my instruction. As late as 1814. We were done on 17th June. And he he registered a complaint with candidate himself.
June. Where is the date?
Oh, is 18th June.
Where is it?
And his reply has been given, milord. Page 19. In his milord mail.
What will be your submission at this stage?
At this stage,
when the elections are over, when the results are declared.
Submission is I immediately approached the store and there was a direction by this and pass a reason order by the election commission. Somehow could not complete that entire proceeding at that point of the time. We came up with separate petition after that. Thereafter, Lordship, this decision was given, and Lordship, the entire decision came along with these documents by my learned friends. Now, Lordship, so far the maintainability of the petition, repeatedly this has been argued. Lordship kindly referred to section 136 of the West Bengal Election Panchayat Election Act 2003, which says, bar to jurisdiction of civil court, no civil court shall have jurisdiction to question the legality of any action taken or of any decision given by the Panchayat returning officer or by any other person appointed under this act in connection with an election. Therefore, Lordship, this is challenging the decision of accepting or non-accepting the nomination papers. It has been a case of the improper acceptance of the nominations or rejections. Lordship, that also under the West Bengal Panchayat Elections Act, there is a bar upon the civil court to entertain that.
But then the election petition will be maintainable.
No, Lordship, this says clearly no civil court have the jurisdiction to question the legality of any action.
That you are not challenging.
And before this court, from that date itself.
I understand, but then in the meantime, a lot of water has flown down the Ganges.
The only thing was,
Elections are over. Somebody has been elected. At this stage, how much can the writ court interfere?
Lordship, that's why we have not challenged the election. We want the investigation by this court. Direction for investigation by this court. And if it is found that ultimately tampering had happened, Lordship, under Article 226, can exercise extraordinary constitutional power to cancel, set aside every action. Because the action of the election commission as well as the government officials here appears to be such bias which cannot be ignored prima facie by citing the materials. And this has cropped up while the proceeding of the court is going on. It is produced by them. I did not have the copy. They have given this copy, this is produced by them. I have taken this specific amendment in my application. I obtained this copy from Mr. Moitro's time when it was taken up before this court. Mr. Moitro was pleased to hand it over to me, and while handing it over to the court. And I found that these kinds of discrepancies, which appears to be very silly, however, this has been done. 33 made to 330, 124 made to 125. And it is an admitted fact this person is the voter of that particular constituency by proposal. So there is no question regarding the existence or genuinity of this proposal Vasudev. He is there in that, within that voter, within that constituency. Now, Lordship, the only thing is that isn't it an extraordinary situation for the High Court to interfere? Now, this is a question to the officers who are not only the officers of the government, but they were discharging their duty on behalf of the election commission, which is responsible to hold the free and fair election and to create the fair field for each and every candidate. Whether it was done in order to ensure the other candidate's victory uncontested from that constituency, that has to be investigated.
Here the candidate won uncontested.
No.
I will
Result of it. No. Result of it.
uncontested.
Uncontested.
This was done. This was a part of a larger.
Just imagine.
Your Lordship kindly considers, my Lord.
What to consider?
My Lord,
There is
these are all
limited
disputed question
consideration.
of facts. These are all disputed question of facts, my Lord. Evidences are required. My Lord, their remedy lies in filing a election petition before the appropriate forum.
This uncontested this person with that particular constituency.
My Lord, evidences are required, my Lord. And they are all question, my Lord, are disputed question of facts, my Lord. Evidences are required, my Lord. Their remedy lies in filing a election petition before the appropriate forum, my Lord. Who has tampered, who has not tampered, my Lord. All are, my Lord, disputed question of facts. Evidences are required, my Lord.
And this is a case, Lordship, can put the clock back to that day. Because I was constantly vigilant about the legal procedure. I came thereafter, your Lordship was pleased to pass an order, direction, in pursuance to your Lordship's order. After the election, when we came, we approached, and Lordship, we challenged the decision.
Petitioners. Both the petitioners intended to contest. Both the petitioners intended.
No,
One. And the other is the proposer.
No, Lordship, the another is the agent.
Other is who?
Lordship, the petition.
We are concerned with this
Number one.
Surojit Pramanik.
Yes, sir.
Who is this Devaprasad Bhomik?
Devi Prasad Dhome is the leader of his party. He had
Oh, then forget it. Then candidate is Surojit.
Yes, sure.
Achha, petitioner number 1, Surojit Pramanik, intended to contest the Panchayat General Elections 2023. Stop.
Acha.
His nomination stood rejected. Allegedly on the ground of mismatch of the electoral data of his proposer. Stop. Next. Paragraph. The block development officer has forwarded the electoral data with the instruction forwarded to the learned advocate representing the state respondents. Stop. Next. The nomination paper allegedly filed by the proposed candidate is annexed with the instruction. Stop. Next. It appears that the electoral data mentioned in the nomination paper has been overwritten. Stop. Next. Paragraph. Specific case of the petitioner is that the figures mentioned in the nomination paper were tampered. Stop. The electoral roll was also annexed with the instruction forwarded. Stop. Admittedly, the candidate and his proposer both belong to the constituency from which the nomination was sought to be filed. Stop. Paragraph. It is the submission of the Panchayat returning officer that as the incorrect data was put in the nomination paper, not put but mentioned. Accordingly, the officer had no other option but to reject the nomination paper. Stop. It has been submitted that prior to rejection, opportunity of hearing was given to the petitioner as well as his proposer. Stop. None responded at the time of hearing. Stop. Next. The petitioner has filed the communication made to the Panchayat returning officer wherein it was specifically mentioned that the Panchayat returning officer intimated the candidate and his representative that the nomination paper was okay, and accordingly there was no requirement of either the petitioner or his agent to appear in the hearing. Stop. Next. Paragraph. It is noticed that paragraph. The learned advocate for the state respondents produces the copy of the report, undated report, undated, forwarded by the inspector in charge, Lilua police station. forwarded to the learned advocate representing the state. With a copy of the report signed by the Sub-Inspector of Police, Lilwa Police Station on 22nd of June 2023, mentioning that the complaint of the petitioner was inquired. Stop. The officer visited the Bali Jogacha BDO office and met the BDO and learnt that on 12th June 2023, Surojit Pramanik submitted his nomination smoothly without any obstruction. But on 17th of June, his nomination was declared as rejected. Stop. The same is an internal matter of the concerned authority. Stop. Next. The police report. Now, the police appears to have addressed the issue in a different manner altogether. Stop. The petitioner never alleged that he was obstructed from filing the nomination paper. Stop. The petitioner also did not allege that there was any violence at the time of filing the nomination paper. Stop. The police responded that the nomination paper was submitted smoothly. Stop. That was not the issue to be inquired by the police. Stop. The issue was with regard to tampering of the nomination papers. Stop. Next. It appears that in a similar issue of tampering, this court passed order directing investigation to be conducted at the instance of the Central Bureau of Investigation. The order of the court was carried in appeal. And the Honorable Division Bench was pleased to observe that the state police would inquire the matter sincerely, impartially and in right earnest. The court appointed a former judge of this court to act as a one-man commission under whose supervision the state police would conduct an inquiry as regards the allegation of tampering made by the petitioner. Stop. Next. Paragraph. In the instant case, it appears that similar allegation of tampering of the nomination paper has been made. Stop. The police failed to inquire the matter in the manner as was required to be done. Stop. Accordingly, the court thinks it fit to direct the Commissioner, Howrah Police Commissionerate to inquire the matter. Stop. The inquiry shall, however, be done under the supervision of, keep the place blank. At a blank rakun, I'll fill it up later on. A former judge of this court. Stop. The inquiry shall be conducted by 4 weeks and a report be placed before this court on the adjourned date. Stop. Stop. Needless to say that the state police shall extend full cooperation to Justice Blank. Stop. The remuneration of Justice Blank is fixed at remuneration aage, the consolidated remuneration of Justice Blank is fixed at keep it blank. Paragraph. The cause papers of the instant case shall be forwarded to Justice Blank by the Registrar General of this court. List on 13th September 2023.
Only one indulgence, that petition was filed found on 3rd July. Petitioner may add
leave granted to the advocate on record of the petitioner to implead the returned candidate as party respondent in the instant writ petition.
And Lordship, the
And
address and
serve copy of the writ petition and the connected application to the aforesaid respondent, to the added respondent.
Lordship, election commission may provide me the address of that person. Lordship, address, otherwise I cannot.
Please provide. The details of the returned candidate shall be provided to the learned advocate for the petitioner by the learned advocate representing the commissioner at the earliest.
Grateful.
Take back this document, Mr. Bandyopadhyay.
Return.